Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Franlung. Today we are going to talk about James Newbury, his quarterfinal finish, and what his chances are for making it to the CrossFit Games at a Torian Pro. So, James Newbury, at a surface level, his quarterfinals results make you think that he's not going to advance the next round after finishing 27th within the Oceania field. But once you dig just a little bit deeper, you'll see that he had a 195th overall in Oceania for workout three, which was the burpee box jump overs and the clean and jerk. So, for those not familiar with the story, he had WOD proof crap out after about 2 minutes, and so was only given a score after an appeal, I should say, of cat plus 29 for that workout. So again, that 195th finish put it way down the leaderboard. But fortunately, thanks to his strong event finishes in the other four events, had enough to qualify him for the Torian Pro. So his season can continue. So, looking at that, fortunate to see him there. But then, diving into a deeper with the Torian Pro field, if you were to kind of recalculate quarterfinals based off of just the 30 athletes that are competing at Torian, even with kind of a last place finish out of the field in event three, uh, James Newbury still finishes third out of the field with 52 total points. So Jay Crouch is way out and ahead with 21 points. He's certainly with Ricky gone, he's the likely favorite to fill in the gaps there. And then second place was Jake Douglas with 50 points. So again, kind of what we see there, but Newbury right in the thick of things, even though he didn't complete one of the workouts. Since quarterfinals went through, content creator Waiki Espeth sat down with Newbury, just kind of talked through it, just to give Newbury a chance to share his story. And then Newbury did redo the workout on the video there. So again, like it is another asterisk on this workout since he is a repeat. It wasn't in the thick of the weekend, but I think he finished in 7 minutes and 27 seconds. And then versus the Torian Pro field, that would have been good for, I think, 17th place alongside, Luke Fowler. So they would have been tied there. So kind of taking that into consideration, Newbury did say was improved by a minute. So again, put an asterisk beside it, but just for fun, with that 17th place finish instead of a 30th, that bumps Newbury up to second place overall within the Torian field. Was that with 20 or 39 points? So gives him a big jump on Douglas for second once he has a valid score there. So again, hypothetical, but still puts him in a qualifying position for the CrossFit Games. Now, again, speaking a bit more concretely, looking at the Torian Pro field and just the quarterfinal results relative to each other, only Jay Crouch had 5 event finishes within the top 10 relative to the Torian field. So, again, another reason why he is the favorite there. But then when you look at Newbury, he is the only other athlete with 4 event finishes in the top 10. And then has that 30th there. But again, like still showing that he does have that elite level in comparison to the field, especially with some of the perennial game athletes like Baden Brown and Roy Dunn stepping away from the season. Kind of creates 2 extra spots for everybody else and Garrard. So lots of room for new athletes to make it to the games. So James Newbury, only other athlete with 4 top 10 finishes in the quarterfinals field besides Jay Crouch. And then looking at it, even with Newbury's last place finish in event 3, everybody with the exclusion of Crouch had at least one quarterfinal finishes outside the top 20. So again, everybody who is a contender, whether it's Jake Douglas or Bailey Martin, Will Kearney, Sneaky Pete Ellis, all those guys had a 20th plus finish, at least one. So there are holes in everybody's games entering semifinals, and so Newbury is just as good a chance as anybody else, given what's ahead of us. We still don't know the workout, so there's potential to play in other people's strengths. But again, Newbury, I'm positioned well going into quarterfinal or semifinals this year. last year I think he was 15th place finish, but was not really doing CrossFit at the time. And so this year he's ramped up his training. Prior to quarterfinals, was doing 5 CrossFit classes a week, so a big jump in comparison to last year. So might be in a position well, and certainly with his history on the competition floor, has the experience to overcome any of the other obstacles that might come his way come quarterfinals. So it will be interesting to see how the Oceania field plays out. There's, realistically 6 or so guys who have a chance of making it to the CrossFit Games with those 3 games tickets. And even though he did finish 27th in quarterfinals, I think Newbury has as good a chance as any of those guys to making it to the games. So we'll see, but I like to see how Newbury goes. With that, thanks for watching. If you want to help us out here at Franlung, subscribe to the podcast or the YouTube or wherever you're listening. Just a low-cost way to help us out and show your support and show that you're enjoying the content we're producing. And then, as always, follow along on Instagram at Franlung Analytics, kind of your daily dose of stats and analysis heading into CrossFit semifinals. And I should note that all the content or all the research done on this podcast or show was gathered using some of the extracts available on Franlung Analytics soon to be released creators packages. So putting together all the research you need to create your own podcast, newsletter, Instagram page, you name it. So you can focus on creating content and not doing research. So follow along with Franlung Analytics here on Instagram to get more details on that here shortly. With that, have a great day.